We live in a culture that constantly measures our value by how much we produce, we achieve, and complete in a single day. Worth is linked to output. The painting I bring today is about unlearning the idea that our worth is measured by how much we produce. I began my week without the usual flow of work I considered good enough to make me think, okay, I started my week with the right foot, and instead my Monday was quite unproductive. I looked around the studio and felt overwhelmed by everything I wished to do with my art, and that feeling mixed itself with the chores I've been postponing, some creative and others purely practical, like organizing my wardrobe, which has been asking for attention for far too long. And despite knowing that once I complete these tasks, I will feel that small reassuring sense of reward and clarity, I still felt that Monday morning was not the moment to begin any of it. And of course, that followed some sense of guilt. So I've been reflecting on how productivity has become a kind of moral standard where resting too much can make us feel guilty and doing less can make us feel as if we are somehow failing, even when our bodies and minds are clearly asking for pause, for restoration, and space to breathe. And I noticed that for women in particular, there is often an expectation to be capable all the time. Women are frequently praised for multitasking endlessly, for emotional care, for domestic responsibilities, relationships, self-improvement, and appearance. I constantly hear the expression "good woman," and it irritates me more than I can politely admit, because the phrase so often feels less like appreciation. It isn't genuine recognition, but it carries the feeling of approval for compliance, for fulfilling expectations, for doing what's required, as if you are only considered good when you successfully manage an entire list of responsibilities. I find myself wanting to go in the opposite direction, choosing to resist the chase to productivity because it is neither natural nor sustainable to exist in that constant state. You do not have to do everything. You are allowed to step back without compromising your value, and when we let ourselves slow down, to be still and to give our full attention to a single task instead of many, we can begin to notice stress softening, along with the frustration and the quiet dissatisfaction that often accompany the pressure to do it all. I've been discovering something that feels quietly transformative on a psychological level, which is that I actually move through my responsibilities with far more ease and satisfaction when I give each task my full attention and approach it without urgency. Instead of rushing from one thing to the next with that familiar pressure to finish quickly, I've been allowing the appropriate time and energy for each task. In doing so, these ordinary responsibilities of daily life begin to feel lighter and sometimes even more enjoyable rather than heavy. It makes me wonder why we rush in the first place. There is time for what needs to be done when we move through it with patience and steadiness, trusting that it will get finished without forcing ourselves into a state of tension. Who this urgency is really for, who I am trying to impress by moving faster than necessary. The answer is almost always the same: no one but my own internalized judgment and the expectations I have absorbed over time. I find it necessary to say enough to that pressure and allow rest when it is needed. In the meantime, write things down, but move through them one by one, and remember that no one is standing behind us with a clock, demanding that we outrun our own humanity. It is now Saturday evening as I finish writing this script, and I find myself weighing two simple options. I can complete it and take care of one essential task that would bring a sense of closure and peace of mind, which is uploading this video as a way of maintaining my discipline and perhaps offering encouragement to someone else moving through an unmotivated week. Or I can choose to embrace rest completely, close the chapter on these past days, and allow myself to step away. And yet there is a quiet urge in me to push a little further and see if I can follow through, because I know that doing so would let me begin the new week feeling lighter, less weighed down, and more at ease with myself. So this is a reminder to myself to slow down when something feels difficult or asks for more from me, than I can give in a rushed moment. Because it is better to pause and meet what is in front of me with the attention and energy it truly requires. And in that pause, a recharge is always guaranteed. This week I painted very little, but I aired out other works that had been stored away, and I actually organized my wardrobe. And even though there were countless other things waiting to be done, it's okay I got to do only some. And this work, alongside the title, The Unperformed Woman, is the perfect representation of this week, and that's okay.